Hello guys and welcome to our YouTube video.
In this video, we're going to run through two pound pairs. Ryan's going to run through GBPCHF and I'm going to run through GBPAUD.
So let's get into it. Right guys, just looking at Great British Pound CHF on the daily chart, just looking at what's happening and where price is moving. So as you can see on the 18th of March, we did have that impulsive move to the upside. And ever since then, we've just been forming this higher time frame corrective pattern. And actually at this bottom trend line down here, we have these nice two touches. And at the top of the trend line, we have these three touches here. So this is showing us that we're in a channel. And yeah, we can trade in between these channel as it is a higher time frame channel. And as you can see from the top of the channel, we normally have an impulsive move straight to the downside. This happened here and here. And now we can predict this going forward, that we're going to see another impulsive move to the downside. Jumping on the 4-hour chart, what can we see? Well, we can see our counter trend line coming up here, which will play a part further in the trade. But we've also got this area of resistance across here. But as we can see, we've broken above it repulsively to touch this trend line. Now from this trend line, we have impulsed away from it. And now we're predicting some sort of pullback back into this area. So let me boom, yeah, see, you see it's a lot clearer. We had that nice rejection wicks and then that impulsive move to the downside. So on the 4-hour chart now, we can start dropping in our Fibonacci because we've got a swing high to swing low, which is from here to here. And as you can see, yeah, we're looking at the 50% retracement as this will tie in with this area here where the candle opened and closed at this level. So this is a nice level to target to come back to then see that continuation to the downside. So what we would like to see, we would like to see some sort of correction. Could be anything, some sort of channel, anything back into this region up here. And then once we start to get our sell signal at here, we will then look to take position to the downside. And that will give us a nice 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, potentially back down to this area of significance down here. Because as you can see here, this area is very, very messy. So that's where our target will be. However, if price does decide to break through and then decide to pull back, we can find another entry here to then take it to our long-term target, which will be down here at the trend line. Because as you can see previously in history, when price touches this trend line, it comes all the way back down and touches this trend line. So we can kind of predict the same thing happening here. When we impulse away from here, we will see some sort of impulsive move back down to this trend line. So yeah, this is what we're looking at for Great British Pound CHF. We're looking some sort of pullback back into the 50% retracement to then look for further continuation to the downside.
Right guys, so this is GBPAUD, and as you can see on the daily time frame, I do have a psychological resistance level at around 1.84 in the market. You can see we've had a lot of previous touches and a lot of rejections at this level. Previously, the most recent bullish market structure towards this level, making higher highs followed by higher lows. And then as you can see, we did make a higher high, which actually broke this resistance level. However, when we pulled back to make a higher low in the market, we then struggled to continue with this bullish market structure and make a higher high. And instead, we found resistance again and actually formed a double top formation. So I could draw in something like this at this level where we actually made a double top and then we impulsed to the downside. So we can now say that daily bullish market structure has been broken. Jumping on the 4-hour time frame, you can see that I do have this channel in place just to show the market structure and how we have actually broken to the downside. And what I can see forming is a potential head and shoulders pattern. If I just draw from this side here, through this level around there, we can see that this zone is being used as an area of significance, being used as support here, resistance here, and we have come up again and used it as resistance. Now, the main thing to keep in mind is the fact that we have actually pulled back to this level. However, why is the reason that we haven't actually continued straight to the downside from this level? Now, if I was to use a fib level from swing high up here to swing low, you can see that we haven't actually pulled back to the golden level of 0.0 618 in here. So there is a possibility that price still needs to pull back to grab some more orders in the market before heading down. So what we need to look for during the week is to see if price can head up here. And then this is where we'll be looking to enter the market at this level if we get our entry signal, and then we'll be looking to take price to the downside. And ensuring that our stops are above this level here. So if we enter here, we must make sure that our stops are perhaps above here, the 0.786 level, just to make sure that our stop loss is in the worst case scenario. If I was to draw a downtrending line from the very top here, linking it to that high there, as you can see, these two levels in the market, there is a possibility, if I just delete this fib, there is a possibility that price could correct a lot further. If I just copy and paste that, there is a possibility that price could be correcting a lot further. So having our stops up here in this area of the market should protect us from price pulling back a lot further in the market. So this is GBP AUD going into next week and what we will be looking for.